Good afternoon. My name is Keith Thompson from Axminster Tools and Machinery. We're just going to take a quick look at the versatility of our ST-480 drum and brush sander. The machine normally comes fitted with a sanding drum, which you can obviously put lots of different abrasives and things on it, but it's actually really easy to convert it into a brush sander, and our most popular brush is the stainless steel metal brush. And that has quite a variety of uses, so I'll just explain how this quickly fits. I'll just put this to one side so you don't need to see this any longer. They cleverly designed the machine so you can withdraw this whole drum simply with one 12mm spanner and a small Allen key. I think it's a 5mm. And all you literally need to do is to undo the Allen grub screws or the hexagon grub screws that hold the bearings in place. 2 bolts either end and it will all slide out. It's a little awkward. And with the metal brush, you do need to wear some stout leather gloves, otherwise you will have little pimples all over your hands. And this is quite heavy, but it's essentially quite an easy way of changing this head. So you have a stainless steel bristle head, which is very stiff in its function, and they tend to last quite a long time. It does have a lifespan, so they don't last forever. And you can do all kinds of finishes with wood and metals with it. So you can get a lovely brushed surface on aluminium sheet, for example. You can clean metals with it, but if you're going to do metal and wood, beware that you will transfer some staining to wood. So you need a bit of scrap wood just to clean the brush with it before you do your proper work. So you'll see on here we also have a control system, which is an inverter to control the speed of the main motor. There's a handy little chart here. So when you're doing sanding, you effectively turn the knob up to full speed so that the drum is running at around 1800 RPM. But with brushes, you need to run it at around 800 or 900 RPM. So you can just turn down the little knob and you have your RPM displayed on the screen. This is your main on-off switch for this motor. And you have a conveyor feed system here, which is simply switch on and adjust the speed as required. So that varies the finish, and if you're overloading it, it will actually self-adjust itself or self-regulate itself, so you're not pushing the material through the drum too fast. So you have a little red warning light that tells you you're overloading the conveyor, so back off the speed a little bit, or you may need to back off the height adjustment a little bit. So essentially it's dead easy to use, very easy. Once you've done it once or twice, you can do this change inside 10 minutes. 2 tools needed, as I said, and it's ready to go. So we're going to make some noise now because I'm going to turn on the extractor. But what I'm going to do is I've found a piece of old pine which is left over from a floorboard project. This came out of a mill in Bolton, probably been down on the floor in there for 200 years. So it's full of the marks that you'd expect from everyday wear. The underside, which was obviously on the joist, is different. So I just found this odd bit lying around at home. And some oak machined floorboards. This is French oak from the Champagne region in France. This is, again, has been lying around my garage for the best part of 15 years now. So we're going to see what that does to that. And I've also got a long board, which is a proper floorboard size. So, as I say, I'm not going to talk anymore now. Switch on the machine and the extractor, and we'll just demonstrate what it will do. Thank you. Come and take a close look at these boards, really close look. Now what you'll see has happened here is the brush has picked out the grain of the wood. On this pine, it's really quite an aggressive pick, if you want to call it that, or removal of the soft material between the grain. but that has turned that into a really nice decorative piece, to be fair. And this oak, which is almost as hard as you're going to get as it's aged, again, it has picked out the grain quite well. It's quite a rough textured finish compared with the backside, which has just been through the planer and is smooth. That again has a lovely textured finish to it. Nice. Big difference, brought the colour out.